All right, so we're gonna start. Maria's already getting herself warmed up. That's great. Let's go ahead and start at the top of the mat in Tadasana, because this class is only 45 minutes, so I gotta kind of roll through. And we'll warm up by flowing. Let me get the right angle. So coming up to the top of the mat, let's just take the time to plug in your feet. You can lift up the toes. Press your feet down and then just firm up your legs so you're grounded. We're going to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And then bring the palms together. Set an intention to be calm and grounded today. And I'll do the same. So feeling that base of the mountain, energy out of the top of the head. And then we'll release your arms down. Take a nice deep breath in, reach out and up. And if it feels good, you can look up. We're going to go real slow through our A. Exhale, hinge. And let's just nod your head, yes. Release any tension in your neck. Inhale, come halfway up. We'll exhale, step back, plank or table. Breathe out, lower in one piece. Inhale through your cobra. Exhale. Come back up into plank, downward dog for 3 breaths. And this is always a good way just to take the temperature here of your mood and your energy level. Keep reaching through the feet and hands, and we'll step up. Using your core. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. And we'll sweep out and up. Good. Beautiful. Let's go a little bit faster. One more round of A. Breathing in and out. And if you want to add that little jump back, Maria, go for it. We'll lower, or anybody that cares to. Just letting it flow. 3 breaths. You could add a little twist here if that feels good, or bend your knees. And after that 3rd breath out, we'll come up. Good. Let's get right into our 2 rounds of B. Nice deep bend, chair pose. Exhale. And you're just moving to your own tempo here. You can always slow down. Hover. Inhale, upward dog with the thighs off the mat. Exhale. Right leg comes up. Take your time, grounding through the feet. So feel that heart opening in warrior 1. Exhale. Right into your left leg up. Good. Press through that back foot. Strong inner thigh. Exhale. Three breaths. And starting to get that fire going in the lower belly, step or hop up. Inhale, lengthen. And we'll come back up through chair. Good. One more to go. Inhale. And just let that breath be your guide. When to back off or increase intensity is always an option as well. Hover. Opening the chest. Right leg. Starting to expand your back bends a little bit more if you're feeling warmer. Good. Really powering up that back leg. One more push-up. And then if you're feeling fatigued, feel free to come into half dog. Balance right to left. After that third breath, we'll step or hop up. And back through your chair. Heart open, strong legs, awake, mind, body, and spirit. One more breath, and we'll stand. Yes, nice, okay. Is everybody feeling warm? Yeah? Let's go right into our, sorry. I have air purifiers and humidifiers and smoke filters, and it's crazy over here. Let's go right into warrior two. We're gonna step your right leg back. You guys can see my feet. And we're just gonna take your time opening those inner hips. So if it feels good, bend and straighten your front knee, or just sink a little lower in your warrior two with the pelvic floor lifting up. So feet are pressing down, everything else lifts up. Ease the shoulders down. Let's move your head a little bit. Good. We're gonna bring right hand to right outer thigh for our reverse. And maybe today straightening that front knee into your reverse triangle. So just seeing what feels good for you. Little bit of a back bend here. Beautiful. We'll inhale, come back into two. Continue over into Parsva Konasana. And we can reach to the top arm or top arm at the hip, but try to open your chest in Parsva Konasana today. We're not letting that shoulder get crunchy. Good, one more breath. And then inhale back into warrior two. Nice, Maria, good job keeping that left inner thigh active. We'll straighten the front leg and move into triangle pose. And we'll take 3 breaths in any version of triangle. Easy neck, super strong legs. So that way you can expand through your heart center. One more round. Good. From here, bring that top arm down. We're going to transition through a vinyasa. Plank to hover. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale. And take a breath or two here. Rest in child's pose. Just feel even on both sides of the lower back. We'll look up between your hands. Step your right foot up this time. Spin that back foot down. Taking our warrior two on your other side. So we have a new leg up. You can bend and straighten the knee if you did that on your other side. Reaching your shoulders apart. Good. And finding that nice energy up through that root chakra. Pelvic floor lifts up. Continue to open. As you inhale, reverse warrior. Maybe into that reverse triangle. You could look up or back at the heel. Let's do 2 more breaths. Good. Yeah, and we'll inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straighten. Move, oh, I'm sorry, we did Parsva Konasana. Let's take our side angle first. Just getting excited for our triangle pose. Let me just see. Good. Keep actively pulling that right outer hip back. And we'll inhale, come back into warrior two. Good job. Now we're ready for our Trikonasana. So trying to find that space in the chest, ease in your neck. You can always come up a little higher. Good, last 2 breaths. When you're ready, we'll bring this top arm down. We're gonna come back just into downward dog this time. Stretch out your lower back. And we'll take our first rest, child's pose. Arms forward or back. Use this break to really ground in and soften. Good. And we're going to start to work on some standing balances. So let all your weight drop back into the earth. All your mental activity, just release. And then we'll come back up into our downward dog. Inhale, exhale, really stretch out the back of the legs. And let's take some little steps. Walk your feet up to your hands. We're just gonna enjoy Uttanasana here. Hang from your hips. If you wanna be stronger, grab your calves, pull yourself in, or just dangle. And then we'll use the abdominal muscles to round your back up. All right, so let's get into our warrior. We did warriors 1, 2, we're gonna do 3. We're gonna start in stork pose. So find that balance on your left foot, right foot's gonna come up. We'll go ahead and lift the arms up. And you're just feeling that strength in your standing leg. Do a couple dips. When you feel ready, we're gonna kick that foot directly back into warrior 3. You could just tilt, or you to pull your spine long, or come into the full pose. We're gonna try to be here for 2 more breaths. Turning that lifted leg inward, and then we're gonna pull the knee forward, squeeze those inner thighs together. Good. Exhale, release. And that was about a minute on the one leg, so shake it out. Second side when you're ready. So even hips as you bring that left knee up. And then we'll reach your arms up. And just notice where your brain is. If you can be right here in the present. Good, lifting off the hips, we'll start to take that foot directly behind you. Your version of warrior 3, you can always bend the standing knee or not come all the way over if you're feeling a load in your back. Good. And then when you're ready to come out, squeeze the inner thighs. Bring that leg forward. Exhale, release. Good. That looked good, Maria. You're not opening. Yeah. Let's take an easy forward bend, everybody. Just release your back here. Let go of your head, neck, and shoulders. Good. And we'll round up. Okay, so I want to do warrior 3 one more time, but this time we're going to end up in our standing split feeling, beginning of our handstand. We're not going to do handstand after that, but just let the body go over so we can work more on the extension of your split. So let's start again in our storks just so we can really get that balance. And then your choice, you can keep your hands right here. That helps draw the shoulders down, or lift the arms up like we did before. But we'll start to move into our Virabhadrasana 3. And take a breath or 2 here, lengthening. When you feel ready, we're gonna dive forward, turn that lifted leg in and lift it up even more. If you're ready to balance, left hand to left ankle, maybe right hand. Maybe it's a little early in the morning for all this for you. So you can bring both hands to the mat or even bend that standing knee. And we're gonna try something challenging here. We're gonna come back up into warrior three. So we'll bend the standing knee, reach out. See if you can come back into your warrior three. Woo! And then we'll stand up. I couldn't even do it. So from here, if it's too hot, too much, just lower the leg. But this lifting out against gravity is a good challenge for us, isn't it? So when you're ready, just come back up and we'll try that other side. Any questions on the lifting up part? It's a lot in that standing leg. Now my battery's running out again. Hold on. I had it plugged in. Hold on one second. We're going to do our other side. Oh no. My computer turns off, we're gonna be in trouble. Okay, I'll work on that while you guys are here. So take your second side, either hands at the hips. Once you get into the warrior three, you could extend them. And then diving forward into your standing split. And you're just gonna do breath by breath here. Maybe taking the balance, maybe not. Good. Kicking up through that leg, stretching your hamstring, and then trying your best to come back up into warrior three. Woo. Good, and we'll come all the way up or lower that leg first. Good, and then we'll go ahead and release again. That was a lot. Into that ragdoll, you can sway side to side, whatever feels good. Whew. And we're gonna curl your spine up. Nice, and let's just take an easy swing here. Okay, so I hope you guys can bear with me for our technical difficulties. I'm gonna keep working on my power cord. It's being a little wonky. Let me set you up into tree pose. Right leg's gonna come up and then I need to try to replug in my computer here. So any version of tree, could grow a branch out to the side. If you love balancing, you could also step into our half moon. But any version of tree pose, let's hold 5 breaths on each side. Why this isn't charging. Let's try the wall. There we go. Yay! And then let's slowly lower. I got it. And we'll really shake it up. Second side. So 5 breaths on each leg to find that smoothness in the pose. First couple breaths, we're just getting that weight and stacking shoulders over ribs over hips. Then you can start to play with maybe moving or opening that branch. Maybe stepping out into half moon. Good. Last 2 or 3 breaths, wherever you are, try to get taller through the crown, down through that standing foot, and we'll lower. Shake it out. Okay, so we got one more. We're gonna start getting into our chest opening. If you happen to have a yoga strap, you can use that. We're gonna look at our dancer's pose, getting that shoulder and chest opening. So we don't need the strap if you can hold the inner foot, but let me just demo here with the strap. So you could take your strap, wrap it around your right foot. We're gonna drop the shoulder down. You don't need that. Thumb comes to the big toe side. And let's just take a few breaths in this version of Natarjarasana. Drop the shoulder back. When you're ready for the full pose, kick your foot into your hand and open your chest. Trying to peek that foot over the head. Good. opening that inner right shoulder. Let's do one more breath. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale, lift. Good, and release. So we're gonna do camel in a minute. And that's a big back bend. So use this one just to get that chest opening. Second side. So left leg's gonna come up. I'm bringing my thumb to the big toe side. And we'll inhale, lengthen. As you press your foot into your hand, feel the chest open, taking the back bend wherever feels good for you today. So you might just be here, opening that inner left shoulder. Last 2 breaths. Good, good, good. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, lengthen. Come on back up. And let's release. Woo, good. And we're gonna flow down to the mat. So if anybody wants to adjust their cameras, we'll be coming down. Let's take a half sun salute A. On your own speed. And then 3 breaths and downward dog. Good. And we'll exhale, knees to the mat. Let's open your knees wide for half dog. Crossing the ankles is an option. Chin or forehead to the mat. If you want, you could bring the elbows down. You guys stay 2 more breaths. I just want to make sure we're good here. This is not going to shut off on me. Okay, seem to be good. And we'll slowly extend your arms forward if the elbows are bent. Let's come back up into table. Good, and we're gonna just make sure our back is nice and warm here. Take some cat-cow to release your lower back after that dancer's pose series. Good, you're stoking your belly here, getting that lower abdominal wall to hug in. Good, and then from table, we're gonna take right leg back, press through the ball of that right foot. Let me adjust my camera down. You guys can see better. Here we go. We're gonna take the left arm forward and we'll lift up. Bend the right knee, reach back with that left hand for your inner ankle or your strap. And I want you to kick your foot into your hand again. Open the chest. Good, 1 more breath. And then release, feel those strong back and core muscles. Exhale, we're gonna scoop in, elbow to knee, hold that tuck for 1 breath. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, release. Yes, good morning. Other side. Get a good calf stretch. Right arm's gonna come off. When you're ready, lift. And we'll take our back bend. Good, hugging the inner thighs together. Kicking your foot into your hand. Breathing and smiling is extra credit, the smile part. Opening the heart, and then we'll release. Tabletop. Exhale, scoop in and hold. And we'll extend back out and take a well-deserved child's pose. So let's widen the knees again. This time, hips to heels. And you could rock side to side if that feels good. And then take your time. Let's go ahead and come all the way back up onto the knees. I saw you guys had some blocks. I think Maria, I saw you had a block. Pam, maybe. So if you want, put your block in between the inner thighs and let's work on our camel. So camel, take your time to keep that back open. Knees are gonna stay directly under the hips. And we have options here. Starting just with the hands on the hips, we'll roll the shoulders up, back and down. Lift up and then start to hinge. We're not going to use our hands yet. Let's see how far you can rely on your legs, and then we'll come back up. Good, so no pressure down in that low back. We're trying to lengthen the tailbone under. Let's look back for the right heel. If you need to, you can come onto the ball of the foot. And we're gonna reach for that heel. Left arm's gonna come up and back. Good, opening the heart, long in front of both hips, squeezing the block if you have one. Inhale, come back up. Change sides. So if you don't need to tuck the toes under, you keep your heel flat. Left side. 3 big breaths. And your head stays in line with your spine. You don't let it crank back so you can't breathe. We'll rock forward. Inhale, come up. Good. Notice how it's feeling back there. You can always do a little cat-cow if you need to release. One side, Ardha Ustrasana is a good idea, or if you're ready to go for it, both. And I'm going to lift the heels up so I can really open the inner shoulders. So when you're ready, reach back for one or both heels. We're going to push the hips forward. Lift your heart up and feel grateful for your joyful yoga practice. I'm so glad to have you in my living room today. Opening your heart. When you're ready to come up, rock forward. You could bring the hands to the hips. Lengthen. Good. And we're all done with that. We'll take your block out. Come right back into downward dog. And let's bend through one knee at a time. Really stretch that tailbone up and back. Good. And walk your hands a little bit closer to your feet. So it's a shorter dog. You might have to bend the knees. We're going to take that right leg up. Like the standing split. Look forward. Cup the left hand. Maybe reach the left hand off. 3 breaths if you can today. Keep pushing yourself back into your leg, and then we'll lower. Second side. And the more you can pull up through that foot and that left leg, the less weight, the easier it is to balance. 3 breaths. Let me see. Good. One more. And we'll lower the hand, lower the leg. Yes, and Maria, if you want to do some little hitches, everyone's welcome to try a little handstand hop if you're ready for a break. Knees to the mat. We're going to take child's pose with the hands back by your feet. Swirl the wrists around. Good. Nice standing flow practice, everybody. Let's go ahead and just soften. We'll inhale, sit all the way up. We're going to move your feet to your right. So I'm your mirror image here. Good. And let's go ahead and move into some seated twists, and we'll get you down on your back. So Bharadvajasana. You could stack your right foot on top of that left arch for the classic pose. You can see my feet, or just let your feet be easy. And let's twist towards your left. Opening that left side of the waist. Look over your back shoulder and breathe out. And then we'll release ribs, shoulders, head. Good. Let's change sides through table just so we can readjust that lower back. Good. And then we'll switcheroo. So this time hips go to your right. Mermaid or merman for you, Robert. Tail goes to the left. Maybe stacking the feet. Twist. And even here, feel that heart opening, that back bend. Last breath out. We'll unwind, ribs, shoulders, head. This time we're just going to sweep that left leg in and open into Sukhasana. We did lots of strong poses for the lower back. So let's release hips and lower back. walk yourself forward and breathe out. You might feel a little tender back there. Side to side is one option. Just trying to expand that lower back. Good, and we'll come back through the center. Last full breath out. And then inhale, lengthen to come up. Good, we're gonna bring the knees up. Take any boat pose where you can stay lifted in the lower back and chest. You could be here, or extend the legs, or row your boat. Whatever feels good. We're gonna do one more breath, and then come back into your diamond. Open your feet, nose toward your toes. And then we'll slowly inhale. Good, so time is of the essence at this point in the class. So I'm gonna kind of combine a bunch of seated poses here. Let's come right into our squat shape with the legs. So this is inner hips, lower back, and then we're gonna move into our straddle. So take a few breaths here, walking the hands forward. If you wanna add a little twist, you could try on that fun opening and stretch into the lower back. Good. Those of you that love tortoise, you could slip the arms under the knees before we extend the legs. So option number one, option number two, you could reach for your feet. Otherwise, let's come out into your version of your straddle. All the way over. As you're gonna breathe, I'm just gonna adjust myself so you can see the side view when we roll down. Perfect timing. Okay, so we're here in your straddle. Last full breath out. We'll inhale to come up. Good. And then let's bring the legs together. Shake them out. We're gonna come forward just for a breath and we'll do our curl up and curl down. So reaching for your feet, stretch those hamstrings. And then start to curl down. Press your heels down. Keep reaching the hands forward. We're gonna come back up. Good, as smoothly as you can. So if it's not smooth, bend your knees and hold your outer thighs. Good, 2 more. Try not to use your neck. Beautiful, 1 more. You can feel that spine opening as you curl up. This time we'll lay back and reach your arms overhead. Just take a few breaths here. You can stay here or take your banana pose, moving the body to the side. Whatever feels good. Good, and if you're doing your banana, let's move over to the other side. Opening that side of the waist. Good. And then we'll come back to the center. We're gonna hug your knees in. And take any movement. You could rock or rock back and forth, side to side, or whatever feels good on your back. Good, and then we're gonna open the legs over to your right side, take a gentle twist. And you could be here or hook one elbow behind, pull the knee up. Whatever feels good on your back. And we really did some good lower back strengthening today. So find that stretch and we'll release. Exhale, we're gonna pass through happy baby pose. If you wanna add some more core strengthening here, be my guest. Reaching through the legs. You can press those knees down with the elbows. And we'll release the happy baby. Legs to your left. Taking any twist, that would feel good. Yeah, you could straighten your legs if you want to go bigger. Yeah, Maria, if you're doing those abdominizing, do it with a twist. So you get the obliques, good. And then the rest of us are here, unassuming. We'll use your exhale, come back onto your back. And let's do that one more abdominal strengthener here. Both legs are gonna come up, pressure core down, and we'll just reach for the opposite foot. 3 sets, breathing out. So this is stretching out your lower back here too, from the back bends. Good, and that's 3, we'll release. Woo. Coming into our bridge pose. If you wanted, you could use your block again like we did in our camel. This is a camel and bridge work nicely together to hold those inner thighs strong. And we'll press up into Setu Bandhasana. Any variation, you could be strong or lift the heels up. Opening the heart. Good, if you want to challenge, you could do one-legged bridge. Squeezing that block. Last breath. And then when you're ready, take your time. Hips lower to the floor. You have a block, you can take it out. Let's breathe into our diamond. Just feel that Jalandhara Bandha and heart center flow open. Good, and we're gonna release the legs. Just let your legs roll in and out. Your spine is coming to its natural S curve. And we'll hug the right knee in. You can stay here, stretching out that right side, or take the head to knee, working on your core strength. We're gonna extend the right leg up. You might be here, but go for that straight right leg. And we'll open the leg to your right. Let's keep that breath flowing out. Nice strong core here too. So you're kind of lengthening that tailbone down. Come back to the center. Right hand to right hip. Pull that outer hip with the thumb. Start to cross just a little bit. So keeping this right hip on the floor here. And then go ahead and lower into your big twist. Opening the chest. Big breath out through the mouth. And then we'll exhale. Use your outer hip to come back up. Arms overhead. Pull through the heel and we'll slowly lower. And just take a few breaths, adjusting. You can lower the arms, maybe roll the head side to side, and we'll switch sides. So left knee is gonna come in. Do head to knee, working the core, and we'll extend. And energizing, so this is like our warrior 3 shape in the back body. And start to open to your left. Notice if the two sides feel different. Beautiful. Dropping that hip under, we'll come back up. Switch hands. Left thumb to outer left hip. Pull it forward and start that IT band stretch. Keeping both hips on the mat if you can. One more round of breath. That is such a good stretch. We'll lower and then open. Be looking at that left thumb. Perfect timing. You're gonna breathe out. Use the outer hip to lift that leg back up. Maybe getting a little deeper into your hamstring stretch. We'll reach the arms overhead. And then slowly, warrior three shape again. Press your core down. Lower the leg. And we'll breathe your arms down. Taking any Shavasana shape, including maybe lying on the right side. So Pam, you were asking for calming. Right side, left knee up, opens that left nadi, which signals our rest digest mode, the parasympathetic nervous system. So you could do your Shavasana on the right side today, or your belly, or your back. And I'm gonna do our chakra balancing meditation. And treat this as an advanced pose. So arranging yourself symmetrically. And then start to sink into the floor. Looking down at yourself from above. See your body made of light. Red glowing at the tailbone. Feel safe. Orange shining out from the lower back and abdomen. Feel creative. Yellow at the center of the torso like a sun. Feel empowered. Green glowing at your chest. Feel compassionate. Bright blue at your neck. Feel truthful. Indigo at the third eye. Feel intuitive. And purple, glowing like a crown at the top of the head. Feel connected to the universal source. See all 7 energy centers glowing brightly. Feel balanced and grounded. And then take a nice deep inhale through your nose, sigh out through your mouth, cleaning every cell with life energy. And we'll swirl into your hands and feet. If it would feel good, take a big stretch and yawn. Slip over to your right side, taking your time. If you want to stay laying down, that's your choice. We'll come up to our seat to seal in the practice. What a treat today. So bringing the palms together into Anjali Mudra, feeling grateful for our community and our health, and for showing up on your mat today. Om Mani Padme Hum. Compassion to all sentient beings. Shanti. Peace. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.